Hello. How is everyone tonight? Hey, Kaleidoscope, Wes, Chris, Amy, Otto Man, Cher. Who's your cold cases? Hello. Hope you all are well. Thanks. I had to get gussied up today for the funeral. And my stomach is really pissed off. So it just kind of comes with the territory of having what I have. So if you can hear it, nothing I can do about it. Hey, Faye, I hope you're well. Email me if you need to. Hi, Lake. How are you? Chaotic's here. You got the whole crew. Yeah, so I got a nap after the funeral. It was an early funeral, and so well, from what I'm used to anyway, it was early. But yeah, so I got a nap in after that ended, so I felt like I'm gonna be wide awake, and I might as well finish this up and distract myself from that. It was a nice turnout. I mean, the church was packed. So his mom, it's her church, so a lot of her church family were there. Hey, Polygraph. How are you doing? What's up, Wes? Yeah, the troll is that last live. It's just somebody that trolls. I don't even have anything to do with Delphi, and I don't get it. I guess because I talked I was on Gray Hughes Investigates is why I'm a target. I don't know. I got some messages from someone taking credit for the trolling, and then they apologized, and then apparently now they're not sorry again. So I don't really know. I don't really care. I just don't like when those particular type of trolls use derogatory words and offensive statements to get, and their goal is to get your live stream taken down, but I just think that that's completely unnecessary to it just kind of shows what kind of person that you are, that you're even willing to type that kind of stuff, I don't like that. Oh yeah, I noticed that too, Faye. I like it. Is that blind? Is that kind of like blind justice? Hey, Justice Angel. I'm glad you're here. So tonight I thought I would start. There is a couple of missing persons cases that, real quick, Indiana had a busy day today, but Evansville, Indiana, going for the picking up the what is his name? Oh gosh, now it's escaping me. Chris White and Vicky White, even though they're not the same whites. They were fugitives from Alabama, where she helped him escape from prison, where he was being held for murder. And of a 58-year-old woman. So that was kind of dumb of her. She's lucky to be alive, but apparently, one article said that she shot herself. They went on a police chase, but Evansville, Indiana, were able to get them, and they were turned in on a public information. Someone saw that on the, seeking help, needing the public's help. And if you see this car or the description of these individuals, turn them in, and they were turned in and they were caught. Oh, Monica, she died at the hospital. Oh, wow. Wow. Did they say if it was self-inflicted or did he kill her? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Then again, she probably just like still, it's like, yeah, what she did was completely wrong. And there's no justification for it. Just trying to understand it, I guess, of, probably middle-aged, lonely, getting attention, self-inflicted. Okay, that's what I thought. And she just got bamboozled by that guy. Like I don't think there's anything in her past history or even her history within the, prison system there to reflect like what happened. So, and even I was noticing with, I think it might've been on Gray. Well, anyways, I was listening to it somewhere where it was kind of like yeah, it was on Gray Hughes Investigates. It was a police call to apprehend him. Must have been a while ago. And like the way the arresting officer was even come on, it's Casey White. Is that it? Did I say this? I think I said Chris earlier, but it's Casey White. Come on, Casey. Like, come on, you know me. Like, I've arrested you before. Just like, and I'm pretty sure he had a gun in his hand. Yeah, I think so too, Monica. She got played by an institutionalized POS. Totally. I think yeah, I think you're right. I know. Tea with Grandma Sherry. Such a cute name. I think so too. It is. I feel so bad for her mom, and I think so too, Chris. Like, I think Monica's right. She just got played. And it ended up playing herself. Unfortunately, that's why you just don't life's about those choices. And unfortunately, you don't get like redos sometimes. And it's sad. But I think her husband had died just like 3 years ago, so maybe there's some depression. I'm sure. I had heard that too. Yeah, and just that, COVID has taken a toll on everyone, and it's lasted for way too long. Of just I know that for my own child, before the stay-at-home order, she was, a very outgoing, very big circle of friends. She loved to be out and about. And then after COVID, like I thought she would just kind of go back to her old self. But she didn't. She didn't at all. It kind of just changed who she was. I think it's that impressionable time between um, middle school and high school too. That doesn't help. Hey, Christy Lynn, how are you? All right, so I wanted to just briefly show some photos and give some information on these two missing persons because while one was last seen in April, it was released today, and the other one is within like I think a couple weeks, if not shorter, and they're here in Indiana. So I'm just going to do that really quick before we get going on the Greeno, the fraudster. Wrong case here. Hold on. You have to give me a second. I got to pull up the chat on. Facebook.
Pull up the chat on Facebook. Pull up
Oh, sorry. Got it echoing, don't I? Okay, there we go. So this is Kayla Rene Poore. She is 27 years old. This is Danville, Indiana. That is her photograph there. Beautiful. Danville police are asking for the public's help in finding a missing 27-year-old woman. Police say Kayla Rene Poore last known contact with her family was April 1st. Poore is described as 5'6", weighs 140 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. She was last seen driving a silver gray Honda Odyssey with an Indiana license plate 458 DPN. Police said Poore may be with a man named Craig Young. Anyone with information about her whereabouts is asked to call the anonymous 24/7 crime tip line at 317-745-3001, the Hendricks County Communications Center at 317-839-8700, or Crime Stoppers at Central Indiana at 317-262-8477. So again, that is Kayla Rene Poore. She is missing. The name that they believe she is with is Craig Young. This is her. She was last seen driving a silver gray Honda Odyssey bearing Indiana license plate 458 DPN and may be in the company of Craig Young. So if you see them, please call. And this is a missing juvenile. She is 15 years old. Her name is Samantha Martinez. She was reported missing by family members on May 3rd. Lawrence, Indiana. Police in Lawrence are asking for the public's help locating a 15-year-old girl who was reported missing by her family on Tuesday. Police say the parents of Samantha Martinez said May 3rd she may have been with a friend from school, but investigators working with family have determined that not to be the case, police said in a release. During their investigation, detectives discovered information that led them to believe Martinez may be with an adult that she met online who came from out of state to pick her up. Police said the girl and the adult are not related. Family members told police Martinez has special needs, which is adding to their concern. Police did not have a description of a vehicle that Martinez and the adult may be in. Family members say Martinez is a Latina female standing 5 feet 9 inches tall and weighing 200 pounds. She has brown hair with highlights and brown eyes. She also has a scar on her throat and neck area from a previous medical procedure. Police are working with federal authorities as it is possible the teenager is out of state. Anyone who has seen Samantha Martinez or who has information about her whereabouts is asked to contact the Lawrence Police Department at 317-545-7575 or their local law enforcement agency. There is a specific standard a person's disappearance must meet in order for police to declare an Amber Alert or a Silver Alert. Amber Alerts are for children under the age of 18 who are believed to have been abducted and in danger. Police also need to have information about a suspect and their car to issue an Amber Alert. I think they should change that so bad. That's why I wanted to read it. Silver Alerts are for missing and endangered adults or children. They are much more common for missing people. It was not until last year when the standards for Silver Alerts were expanded to include children. Thank goodness. It was about time. Because with Amber Alerts, they have to have a car has to be involved, and they have to have like information on that car. And it's like, that's for one, it's not always possible. And for two, like, are you kidding me? I don't know. I get it that like that's Amber's law, but like let's have a gold alert. Let's have a bronze alert. Like let's have something for missing, presumed like in danger. Because what happens is you see a lot of people, because they'll have a vehicle description from a parental case of one parent takes their children out of state or something like that. And then you get them, they blow your phone up. And then nobody pays attention to Amber Alerts anymore. It's just the truth. I'm sorry. But people don't, like, they just assume that that's what they are. And then we become, as a society, we become callous to things very quickly. I remember when the Amber Alerts first started going off. Oh my gosh, you like everyone around you. You could watch everyone pausing what they're doing and looking and reading. And anymore, it's just like, that's annoying, And it's like, that's really sad, And there are children that are taken by their non-custodial or parent, and they are in extreme danger, And it's just, I think the categories would be nice. To not miss those ones that are like extreme danger. Like, I'm sorry, I'm just being honest. Yeah, desensitized, Sherry. That's right. Desensitized. And that is no bueno for children of America or anywhere else. That is no good. We do not need to be desensitized to Amber Alerts, Silver Alerts, or any other kind of alert. Even tornado warnings in Indiana, it's like, shoot, okay, whatever. Like, we just ignore them because how many times, it's like the boy who cried wolf kind of a thing with the tornado warnings. It's like, okay, well, how many more times are you going to warn me that there's a tornado coming, and then I'm just going to keep believing you and go hide in the closet, or an interior room. Don't hide in the closet if it's not an interior room. Okay. But so that was the two missing cases I wanted to look at tonight. Here we go. I have to find my place. So here we go. That was, I think we're in 2014. I think it's this one. Let me look. We'll know if it's huge. Nope. Wait, did it get bigger? Nope, that's not it. Let me just go to the bottom and then work my way up. Yeah, here we go. So we got the exhibits. Chat doing okay? Everything all right, mods? Everybody, can you hear me okay? I know I did. So yeah, I've got it pulled up now. All good. All right. Comes now the petitioner, Anthony Greeno, first. Pro se, and respectfully request that the honorable court and state grant his motion for dismissal of fines pursuant to the provisions of, and he gives some codes, Indiana codes, for the following reasons. The petitioner was sentenced by this honorable court to pay approximately $1,600 to $2,000 in fines and costs by this court. The court, according to law, should have conducted a hearing to determine if the petitioner was an indigent. I do know what this word means. I just don't know how to say it. Indigent person, as required by Indiana Code, which specifically provides whenever the court imposes a fine or cost, it shall conduct a hearing to determine whether the convicted person is indigent. In addition, a finding of indigent, every time, like, I can get it sometimes, but then I just forget how to say it, for the purpose of appointing defense counsel is not conclusive in regards to a petitioner's ability to pay a fine. The court did order that the petitioner pay said fines. The petitioner at this time incarcerated at the Westville Correctional Complex. Hold on just a second. Okay. Sorry about that. At the Westville Correctional Complex, Indiana Department of Corrections. Moreover, is without the funds or means with which to pay said fines. The petitioner is an indigent person, is not gainfully employed, therefore does not have the funds, property, or any other means with which to pay the fines and costs. And in support of this contention, has attached this affidavit of indignant, oh my gosh, here too. I just feel like this could have been wrapped up in like one, maybe two lines, like two sentences tops. But he likes to, he likes to think he's smarter than the courts. I do hereby certify that a copy of the foregoing motion for dismissal of fines was served upon the presiding judge, Honorable Shane, or is that Sean? That's Sean Person. And Tippecanoe County Prosecuting Attorney by depositing copy of same in the United States mail with first class postage prepaid. Ooh. Big boy. Affidavit of indigent. Oh my God. Just affidavit of brokenness. Okay, we're just going to change it because I am sick of struggling over that damn word. I, Anthony Greeno, the first, being first sworn, depose that I am the petitioner in the above entitled request. I submit this affidavit in the motion for dismissal of fines in support of my. I further depose and make the following statements, to wit: I am not presently employed other than my prison labor job. I earn an average net wage of $0 a month. I have not received within the last 12 months any income from a business, profession, or self-employment. So basically, he doesn't make any money. He doesn't own anything. I feel like I did read this, though. Must have been another one. I think it was a different one. I am not presently employed. We already read that part. Cash, nothing. He owns nothing, which I just find that so sad at that age to just not have anything in your life. Ordered to pay child support in the amount of $86 per week. I also have a child of which, oh gosh, I did not see that there. I understand that false statements in this affidavit will subject me to penalties for perjury. For said county, there I personally appeared I'm going to have to take a break, turn my camera off, and make sure there's going to be no more mistakes of leaving names in. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to have to check it. Okay. I think I got it. I don't know why I muted myself and stopped my camera when I needed to just stop share. So we're back now. He used his child's nickname, so there's that. At least it wasn't her name. Okay. No persons are currently dependent upon me for my support. however, will be upon my release from IDOC, and that I am ordered to pay child support in the amount of $86 per week in the TIPPECANOE case. So for his children, 2 children in Tippecanoe. I also have a child of which whom lives with me. So I am currently in prison, but I have a child that lives with me and that I provide constant care to, and I am a single father. I understand that a false statement in this affidavit will subject me to penalties of perjury. Scribed to and sworn before me this 17th day of March 2015, a notary public in for said county, the Anthony Greeno the first personally appeared and known to me to be the man whose name subscribed to the motion for dismissal of fines. And it's again signed by the Cheryl at the LaPorte County, Indiana, Westfield Correctional Facility. Comes now petitioner Anthony Greeno the first, pro se, and hereby files his affidavit in support of his motion for dismissal of fines. In support thereof, petitioner now states the following. A, petitioner is currently incarcerated in the Indiana Department of Corrections, Westville Correctional Complex, and has remained there since June 6th of 2014. And he is under a 3-year, 1-month sentence from this court on the above captioned cause. Prior to transferring to DOC, petitioner was incarcerated in the Tippecanoe County Jail and was given credit for about 5 months. C, prior to extradition, petitioner was incarcerated in the Cass County Jail in Fargo, North Dakota for a period of 90 days on unrelated charges. Petitioner is ordered to pay child support in Tippecanoe County in a weekly sum of $86 and is in arrears of over $28,000. This is in 2014. Petitioner maintains the care and well-being of a 2-year-old daughter, and he is an unmarried single father who receives no, all caps, state or government benefits. Petitioner is to pay his rent in monthly installments at a rate of $1,000. What rent? Petitioner is currently unemployed, and due to the constant miscommunication, so here it is, the victim again, it's not his fault. It's the constant miscommunication between the probation department and the parole department. Petitioner is unable to be gainfully employed until his transfers are approved back to his residence. H, petitioner must pay $250 in order to transfer his supervision to the state that he is employed and resides in. Petitioner must reinstate his driver's license and purchase a new vehicle and insurance in order to travel to and from very important places such as probation, parole appointments, grocery shopping, child medical care, many other aspects considered, quote, part of daily living expenses needed for necessary survival. Therefore, petitioner begins that a dismissal of the fines associated with the sentencing could be considered just and proper in the premises. Petitioner needs time to get back on track with his daily routine and successfully move forward with his responsibilities. Petitioner prays that this honorable court would have mercy upon him, realize the severity of the situation at hand, grant this motion, and enter an order to the court deems appropriate. Signed, Anthony Greeno. Oh, just, you know what? Like, don't get in trouble repeatedly. How about that? Like, your problems are self-created, and they are not dire, for one, because they're lies. And it's just so disturbing reading some of this stuff. Like, this mother effer. Like, how dare you? How dare you? And then people get upset at me. or anyone else that tries to speak out against him of like, what's your point? Da, 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 on and on and on. Well, the point is, how dare he victimize and use his own children? How dare he do that? You're okay with him doing it, but when somebody wants to cover true crime and actually like report on criminal history, everybody's got a forking problem left and right. Have the problem with who the creator of the problem. This motherforker is the problem. This is the problem. What I just read, that is just there. It's just oozing with a person that is. I'm just going to stop. I'm going to stop myself. I'm going to keep on going. He's a fraud. Motion to set an emergency hearing. Oh, that should be good. Comes now Anthony Greeno I, pro se, respectfully moves this court to set and conduct an emergency hearing to discuss parole, probation, placement upon release from the Indiana Department of Corrections, and to allow Anthony Greeno I to appear in person before his honorable court to discuss the matters and present evidence and testimony in open court. Wasting taxpayers' money in order to save himself the money that he owes. In addition, the picture shows the following timeline. As shown in Exhibit A, petitioner was informed by the Indiana Department of Corrections, Westville Correctional Complex, case management to Davis is not to that he is not to report to the Tippecanoe County Probation Department upon his release from incarceration because he will be released to parole supervision only. Exhibit A, Section 2, petitioner files pleadings with the court, file marked 12/22/2014, probation parole, stating that he believed the information provided to him by the IDOC case manager was incorrect and requested to court to advise the DOC of such. Exhibit B, petitioner receives an order from the court file which requests the Tippecanoe County Probation Department to respond to said pleading of ends there. So I guess there's no more to that sentence. As to whether defendant's proposed relocation and employment would violate the terms of his probation in these cause numbers. Exhibit C, defendant receives letter from Tippecanoe County Probation Officer Heather Glick, which states that the case manager at DOC is incorrect as the defendant is to report to probation immediately upon his release. Exhibit C, Section 2, in addition, sentencing order of June 3rd, 2010, and a corrected order marked June 8th, 2010. Moreover, she provided an ICOTS informational packet and a template letter from the county probation department regarding transferring of probation to out-of-state jurisdiction. Petitioner receives a letter from his case manager at DOC, which states that the petitioner is not to report to probation because he will be on parole and that he is in attempt to transfer the parole to the state of Michigan. Petitioner completed and returned the ICOTS information sheet to the Tippecanoe County Probation Department, and case manager submitted it to parole department in Michigan. E, petitioner writes a letter to Tippecanoe County Probation Department stating his confusion and is searching for answers so that he is not in violation of any probation or parole. Exhibit F, petitioner speaks with case manager at DOC again and is told that he will be reporting out of the state of Indiana upon release and will have limited time to report to a parole office in Michigan. Petitioner's father was contacted by the parole department and was approved. Petitioner mails a letter to probation stating intent to stay in Indiana, but fears he will be violating parole in Michigan. Wherefore, Anthony Greeno respectfully requests the court to enter an order setting an emergency hearing prior to April 20th, 2015, When is his release date from IDOC? Order to transport. So basically this is just, I don't know, it's not signed or anything. It doesn't have any of the dates, but I don't believe this is an exhibit yet. So I guess they had a hearing. They let him have his hearing. Now remember, this is all just to get the, most of it's just because, he opened it for the reason of getting his fines dropped. And then it turned into a confusing run around the room of like, is he on parole? Is he on probation? He's wanting to go to South Carolina. He's wanting to go to Michigan. Like I don't know, just an attempt to confuse everyone. So we've already read Exhibit A back when it came into the timeline. So on 12/15 of 2014. We won't read it again. Some of these, though, we did not see in. This is Exhibit B. It was an order. So this is the court receives defendant's notice of address change and employment. So he's basically trying to prove that like they've approved him to go is what I think. I don't know. It's very confusing. Employment would violate the terms of his probation in these cause numbers. And this was February 12th of 2015. So this is from the Tippecanoe County Probation Department. Dear Rene. Love that. Love that because that's his actual name. I wonder, can he get in trouble for not actually using his real name? I receive your correspondence regarding probation parole status. Unfortunately, said status is incorrect as you do not have probation time in Tippecanoe County Case 150. As originally ordered on June 3rd of 2010. I located your letter, file date dated 12/22/14, in which you request the court to notify the Department of Corrections of said suspended time, as you are aware that you owed probation time. Since Tippecanoe County Court Felony D-150 was originally sentenced as a fully suspended case, the Department of Corrections would have no knowledge of this case, nor would they assign it to parole probation release. It appears you will be released to parole out of the 420, which is the escape, and the 347, which is the domestic battery and theft, because they were executed in full cases, but will still have supervised probation in 79 in the Tippecanoe County Felony D 150, which I believe that was the residential entry, since it's a felony. So yeah, residential entry. I have attempted to contact the Department of Corrections regarding this matter, but have been unable to reach anyone. Please feel free to provide me the name of your case manager, and I will gladly speak with him or her. Upon release, please contact myself to schedule an intake appointment. I have included copies of your December 22nd, 2014 letter, sentencing order, corrected sentencing order, and information regarding transferring your probation to the state of South Carolina. So remember that. Exhibit C. And this is his sentencing order in 347 and 150. To where you'll see right here, 2 years in count 1, 2 years in count 2, 347. So that is the domestic battery and the theft, and 2 years in case 150, and 2 years suspended in the case 150 upon timely and satisfactory completion of all terms and conditions of probation. Defendant is to serve 2 years executed in count 1 and 2 years executed in count 2 in Indiana Department of Corrections with credit for good time. So what happened is he violated. So if you remember back to the last time I was covering this, he put a petition in to dismiss at the same time that the state put a petition in to make him serve his 2 years suspended, like his 2 years suspended, that he was to serve 1 year on supervised and 1 year on unsupervised visit or probation. And then he was charged with escape. So there must be, and once we get into the escape one, maybe things will make a little bit more sense. But basically, he's just trying to figure out whether he's on parole or probation or both, and how he's going to figure out how to do both. Because he got in so much trouble with just over and over and over again, just got out, did it again, 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 just over and over again. So that's, why. So this is basically still the sentencing. He did abuse again, that's what he got a domestic abuse for the second. No, actually, this is his fourth domestic violence charge, because the last case had 3. One for the girlfriend, same girlfriend as this one, one for his mother, and one for his grandmother. So this is the girlfriend from the original case, but he's done it to her again. So 4 domestic violence charges from 2005 until 2007. And then all of this is just him not being able to do the right thing. And charged with all of the residential entry and theft. Those were all against her as well, if you remember. Defendant placed on supervised probation for a period of 1 year and then unsupervised. So this is the correction that he seems to be kind of, in my opinion, he seems to be kind of trying to use this correction as like anytime someone like corrects themselves with him, like if in my opinion, like when you look back at like just his history on YouTube, like anytime someone takes like personal responsibility for something, like buddy, he will pounce on that, and that, because that's just his personality. So I think it's just a simple correction. It's literally no big deal. And he's like he tries to make it into a big deal. At least that's what it looks like to me. Corrects its order of June 3rd, 2010, defendant placed on supervised probation for a period of 1 year and unsupervised probation for a period of 1 year. Okay, so this is from Tippecanoe County Probation Department. A request for transfer of probation supervision to another state is processed through the Interstate Compact Offender Tracking System, ICOTS. Tippecanoe County Probation initiates all such transfer requests on Tippecanoe County cases. A non-refundable $125 fee must be paid to the Tippecanoe County Probation Department prior to your transfer request being started. Once the transfer has been paid, the application process fee with the following information needed: the address of your proposed residence, phone number at the proposed residence, individuals living at the proposed residence, and their relationship to you, your employer, and the phone number of a work supervisor, and the names of any resident family members living in the transfer state. Please note that you have no constitutional right to relocate, and the sentencing state has no obligation to allow relocation to another state. All offenders are supposed to remain in the sending state, Indiana, until the receiving state approves the transfer request. There is no guarantee that the receiving state will accept your request to transfer. So it's $125. ICOT's info sheet. So here he is, Anthony Charles Greeno Sr. Still didn't give him his full legal name. And then I've whited out the address. He probably doesn't live there anymore, but it's the address of his father in Muskegon, Michigan. And he lists his cell phone number, and it gives his father's information. And then here he is with his employment, Greeno Productions, executive producer and owner of the non-existent company, and that is listed at his dad's address, and the cell phone number, I say address, but it's actually a phone number. It's his dad's cell phone number. So not a real, like, it's just like in his house. And then his other Southern Bounty Fugitive Enforcement lead bail and fugitive enforcement recovery agent owner. Like, he turned this into the probation, like to the parole. Just turn this into parole. Okay. So again, he's going to be this stuff out of his dad's house in Muskegon, Michigan. And he gave his dad's cell phone number. Which state were you living in 12 months prior to your arrest on this offense? He was living in South Carolina. Offender Greeno is incarcerated at the DOC at the Westfield Correctional Complex. Case manager Dwayne Davis. See attached forms. Note, attached offender's proof of employment. The offender is a bounty hunter featured on a reality television series. He is transferring his employment to the state of Michigan. He will also be seeking additional employment as well. How can you claim to be a bounty hunter on a reality television series that didn't ever air? Like, he says that. It got canceled, remember? Because of a tiny little mistake he made. Yeah, well, you know what? Like, it wasn't just like one mistake. Yeah, he did get in trouble. He broke down the wrong door. But he did all of this other stuff was like going on at the same time as that breaking down the door. Okay. The out of state placement. So this was, sir, in response to your letter received on 2/17/15, after reviewing documents in your file, I found that you are going to be released on parole. It states in your abstract judgment that you will not return to probation. If you petition the court to change such, will be up to the court. I did, in fact, contact the resident in Summerville, South Carolina, and was advised by the father of, and this is the new girlfriend, the mother of the 2-year-old, so let me just reread that. Okay. I did, in fact, contact the resident in Summerville, South Carolina, and was advised by the father of new girlfriend that in no certain words you will not set foot back in that house. It belongs to him, and his daughter lives with him. In no certain words, you will not set foot back in that house. It belongs to him, and his daughter lives with him. If you have no other placement plans, then I will have to submit you for placement in a shelter or parole assist. If you do, it is not the IDOC to determine if you go on parole or probation. As for the warrant you refer to, the state will check to see if they want to extradite you upon your EPRD. I don't know what that means. On 4/22/15, your estimated parole release date, I bet. Prison release date. Estimated prison release date. Your parole is for an approximate 1 year, 2 months, 28 days. I am still making every effort to get your parole to Michigan with your father approved. So he first tried to be released to South Carolina but the father said, absolutely not. I'm sure the certain words were, that mother effer will never set foot around my daughter or granddaughter again in his life. Over my dead body will he be coming here, because he put them all down And then here the probation officer is having to call him. Okay. Adult Probation Office. I received your letter dated February 15, 2015. Thank you for your response. I am still very confused on the situation. My case manager's name is Dwayne Davis. I think you should contact him in regards to my placement. He has submitted ICOTS information to parole department a while back. This is the same information you sent to me to file. Parole has contacted my father and approved my address, which is out of state of Indiana. I am told that I will have limited time to report to a parole office in Michigan. Your paperwork states that if I leave the state of Indiana, then my probation will be violated. I am in a confusing situation and I have no idea what to do. Is there any way that your department can defer probation and allow me to do parole only in the state that I am already approved for? I have submitted the ICOTS paperwork to my grandmother, who it listed her name there that I whited it out, but that's why I say, because it's the same name in the Carroll County that he had a domestic violence against. It's the same name. So I don't know. And she will be contacting you in regards to the transfer. It could still be like aunt though, because they have the same, like it's really confusing. And I don't know. I don't know with any specificity, but he says grandmother and the address was the same. So but then again, stranger things have happened. And she will be contacting you in regards to the transfer fees and other information. Should that apply, please contact her in regards to all of this. She will be expecting your call. Her number is. Also, please contact my father. And notice that I did leave R on there because he likes to claim that his father is, what's his name? Chat, help me out. Daniel Greeno. And he'd rather claim the man that's in prison for brutally murdering a woman and then going on the run to Kentucky. He would rather claim Daniel Greeno as his biological father than his actual biological father, which I find extremely sad because it seems that his biological father has done nothing but try to help him. But then again, don't know all of the circumstances. Just not sure why you would deny a father that seems to want to help you, and then but you're wanting to claim a father that gave you away and brutally murdered someone. I don't understand. I would love to have a psychologist help me to understand this conundrum here. Also, please. So my grandmother will submit a copy of ICOTS. I can, if need be, remain at my grandmother's house at North Idaville until this situation is resolved. However, my permanent address will be in Michigan. Should all transfers go through and we get this situation settled, I do respectfully request to spend 2 weeks at my grandmother's residence upon my release. The reasons for this is so I can get all of my belongings together, visit my children, mother, and speak with counsel regarding a Superior Court 3 family case. Please contact me with what I am supposed to do when I am released. Please contact the case manager here at Westville, then update me and my family on the status of this case. Respectfully, Anthony Greeno. Adult probation. I spoke with my case manager here at the Indiana State of Correction, Westville Correction. I just wanted to update you on my situation. I will be temporarily residing at my grandparents' house located at North Idaville, Indiana, until my transfers are approved to the state of Michigan. The contact number is blank. Please advise the Superior Court clerk of this change of address, please and thank you. Sincerely, Anthony Greeno. And the reason that he's doing all of this, I have a sneaky suspicion because I know I've read it. I just don't know where in the catalog in my brain it is in the escape where like this isn't actually like he's only doing this second one of living with his dad because the first one, and he's like he's trying to say he doesn't understand, like he's confused by this. No, like you submitted a completely different name, like address and all of this information. Remember in the Carroll County one, wasn't it? In Carroll County where he was like trying to tell them he had all this stuff and a child, and he was going to be going back to South Carolina, and he submitted all this kind of stuff to them too. I mean, it's just craziness. Craziness. I think that was the end of this, wasn't it? But yeah, I mean, this was a motion for dismissal of fines. And then he asked for emergency hearing. So on March 20th of 2015, there's an entry, quote, court receives probation status report and directs the clerk to distribute a copy to the parties and the attorneys of record. Court takes no further action at this time since there are no pending motions before the court. April 21st, 2015, the court receives defendant's motion to modify probation, and court schedules the same for hearing on May 7th of 2015. Defendant is ordered to appear. May 7th of 2015, hearing on pro se motions. The state appears by Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Aaron Harshman, and defendant appears in person and pro se. Evidence and argument are submitted on defendant's request to modify of sentence with respect to probation. Court, being duly advised, now denies the request, but clarifies that defendant may have his probation transferred to South Carolina if properly approved by TCP and the receiving state. All previously ordered conditions of probation shall remain in full force and effect. No further action is taken at this time. Judge Sean Person. June 9th, 2015, there's a hearing. Defendant appears. The state appears. Defendant requests information regarding probation. Defendant defers to probation. Court defers to probation. Court sends email regarding the request to probation. And then on September of 2015, he writes a letter. Actually, I need to check this letter too. Yep. Almost did it again. Almost did it again. Hey, Bruce. Brucey B and Pug. Good to see you. Daniel, good to see you here. Julia. Haven't been able to check in on the chat, but thank you guys for being here. And let's just go ahead and highlight a couple of these comments before we read this titillating letter. You're so right. Greeno is a huckster and grifter, a criminal that uses his subscribers for money, etc. He has tried to inject himself into this investigation, which is disgraceful. 100%, Daniel. Couldn't agree with you more. I saw that you commented on one of my on one of the videos I did, and oh, trust me, I'm not gonna quit. I'm so sick of him, and anyone that doesn't like it can just basically keep commenting, like I find it amusing. I find it just kind of disturbing at the same time, though, as far as like, why in the world are you questioning what I'm doing? Why are you not questioning what he's doing? Like, and these are people that say that they're all about true crime, true crimers and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you don't really belong here either then. You just don't. He has. He really has, Brucey B. Hey, Pug. Yeah, he is dangerous. Yeah. Changed over and over and over again. And it's in his past. Well, his past was like 10 seconds prior to whenever he said that don't judge me by my past. Like, hello. I digress. What's to stop us hardworking citizens from becoming criminals except our conscience? Unbelievable. Right. All the bounty show. Show. LOL. Gotcha. Yeah. This bounty hunter show. Yeah, but it didn't ever air, and it was like self-paid, like self-promoed, self-shot, like, again, just another one of his grifts. Hey, Chaotic. Carol, hello. That mother forker, right? Yep. William Wade, he sure did. Why he puts himself in the middle, I don't know. Directly to the killer. Yeah, Justice Angel. His make-believe world. I don't even know what you're commenting to, but yeah. All right, I'm going to get back to this titillating letter. So, hi, Cynthia and Daisy. How are you guys doing tonight? I hope you're well. Thank you, William. You're awesome. Greeno, knock, knock. Who's there? Police. Police who? Police send me money, pay my child support, and buy me a drone. Keep it Southern style, y'all. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Goodness. Yeah, keep it Southern style, y'all. Like, I don't even know. I mean, Southern as in, I don't know what he means by that, but I think he thinks he's like from the South. He started, remember there was like some promos he did for his fake reality TV show, fake bounty hunting, fake TV show that, this is Anthony Greeno. I mean, he's trying to do like a Southern accent and it is hilarious. And then it's quickly dropped, like not long after. Yeah, he's Irish. He's from Indiana. Like it is, you know, I don't know how that can be mistaken. He's from Indiana. He is not from Delphi, Idaville, and which is not the same as Delphi. The two different towns it's not far, but still, and I know for a fact that when he was saying that he was living in Delphi, he was actually living in Martinsville. I caught him in that lie, and it was like, why lie? Like, why? Why? I don't understand. And even had his then at the time girlfriend lying about that too. It's like, why though? Like, why do you have to live in Delphi? What does that give you credibility? It's just disgusting. He's a Heinz 57. Keep it Forkin style. Keep it Forkin Hoosier style, y'all. Like at least be real about it. Like, I am a Hoosier. I can honestly say that. Like, keep it Forkin Hoosier style, y'all. I don't think I want that to be my like catchphrase as I leave every night, Yeah, his mom she choked on food. There's a whole big nothing there. I mean, there's been other people that have looked into that extensively. It can be found on Facebook. But yeah, his sister even came out in a video that I did record for safekeeping. I will not air that because she's taking it down for a reason. I'm assuming that he's intimidated her into taking it down. He does have a lot of intimidation. He does tend to intimidate women. He's tried to do that with me repeatedly. Not because I'm in a relationship with the mofo, but because I keep telling the truth about him and he doesn't want the truth to be out there. And, but yes, his mother who gave birth to him, not the mother that he lived with that raised him, but the mother who gave birth to him and gave him away when he was 1 year old. She died of an overdose. She choked on food is actually what her, death certificate says. Okay, I'm gonna hide this comment and I'm gonna get to this last little letter we have here. This little juicy letter. Just pay attention to the verbiage, just like the vernacular that he uses and just the manipulation and like, I'll also remember most of you were here when I was just on Saturday and I read to open with the narcissist, I can't diagnose anybody, but just keep that, like what we read about, in mind as we read this. Your honorable judge person. This letter is in reference to cause number 150, 347, and 347. I have some serious concerns regarding my probation status, as the court is aware. I am also on parole in 347. My probation is supervised until April of 2016, then moved to unsupervised for 1 year. I am on weekly reporting with parole until July 2016. Prior to my release from DOC in April of this year, I expressed concern about probation and parole orders conflicting each other's, which I felt would lead to my violation of one or the other. Unfortunately, that concern has come true. Probation advised me to change my address out of Carroll County. I did that, And in doing so, parole placed me under a technical violation for leaving Carroll County. Now I am currently incarcerated in jail for a parole violation for following probation's orders. Oh, really? Your Honor, I have maintained good and lawful behavior, not committed any new crimes, am free from drugs and alcohol, have maintained employment, and doing my best to support 3 children, a stepchild, and also have another child on the way. Being incarcerated is very depressing, considering I did nothing wrong. I was coming to the court to request to go to Texas with my father to say goodbye to my grandmother before she died. My grandma did die last week, Judge. I feel that I shouldn't have been incarcerated for that. I met with parole on a weekly basis in Monticello, Indiana. I meet with probation once a month in Lafayette, Indiana. I report randomly in Lafayette for drug screens, and I live and work in Kokomo, Indiana. I have no driver's license. I am in a compelling situation, Your Honor. I fear that my probation officer will violate me for being incarcerated, but I am incarcerated for following their orders. Victim, victim, victim of your own making. So just weird. I would request the court issue a hearing to review this case and circumstances. The court may treat this letter as a motion to modify if it deems necessary. Oh, my word. I would request the court to order the appearances of the probation and parole department at the hearing so the appropriate resolution can be reached. Parole will drop supervision if the court provides evidence that my probation term is no longer than paroles. If the court is unwilling to do such, I request the probation be modified to unsupervised to avoid any more unusual, erroneous circumstances. Respectfully, Anthony Greeno. In addition, I spoke to my parole officer today. I am forced to stay in a mission in Kokomo until they approve an address there. I have no phone and no driver's license. I cannot participate in the drug test program I am currently on. I pray no warrant is issued. I've been incarcerated since 9/3/15. And if a warrant has been issued, I request that you please recall it. My release is October 2nd of 2015. Thanks. October 1st of 2015. This is on the residential entry, the battery, and the theft. The court receives correspondence from the defendant, but is unclear what relief he is seeking. Court notes that there are no pending matters in this cause, and the court has not received a petition to revoke probation. If the court receives a petition to revoke probation, the court will review the petition to determine whether or not a warrant is necessary or an order to appear is necessary. And then on 10/14, 11/10, 11/13 of 2015, and on February 27th, or not February, February 2/17, 2/26 of 2016, the defendant, they couldn't find him. Like his mail is not deliverable to, they sent it to 2 different places and he wasn't at either one of those places. So there's that. And then on October 28th of 2015, the order transferring probation is granted to Howard County. That's Kokomo. I must have not gone to Michigan, I take it. I'm not sure. On February 3rd of 2016, the defendant, pro se, files a motion to set a hearing. February 5th of 2016, the court receives correspondence from the defendant requesting a hearing. The court denies this request as there are no pending matters. The court does send a copy of this court's order transferring probation to Howard County to the HCPD, which is Howard County Police Department. Nothing in this order shall prevent the defendant from contacting the state with regard to his request to modify the sentence. And this is in his felony D-150 residential entry. Because you remember, he actually had to go and serve, like he had to serve that sentence because he violated by, he skipped out on, because Tippecanoe County Community Corrections, it is prison. You are in jail or prison, like it's considered, I think, jail. But you are able to leave for work. So what he did was he fled. He went on the run. And he was supposed to be at work, and then he went on the run and he didn't return. So it's kind of like if someone breaks out of jail. Like he broke out of jail and then he went on the run, and then all of this is his own making. And all of the issues that he is having with parole and probation, and he's still got that case over in Carroll County, like he's acts like they they're to blame, like it's everyone else's fault. And you will notice that when he gets out, he will use the same verbiage that he used in that letter to the judge. He's used that letter to the judge before. Remember when he claimed that it was the judge's fault that his girlfriend that was pregnant died in a car accident? Yeah, well, she didn't die. That was a lie. And so just like he was trying to make the judge feel bad, and he was like, and I shouldn't have been incarcerated because if I had been able to be there for her, then this wouldn't have happened, Your Honor. Um, so it's the same thing that he's doing again with like the grandma dying in Texas. It just, everything is everyone else's, and he is the victim in his own story, and that's just simply not how life works. It's just not how to be an adult, and the kid needs to grow up. He's what, 37 now, and it's the same shit, just a different year. Like this one is in 2016, finally like starts to like wrap up. And but no, it doesn't, because he's also charged with escape. And then he's charged with he still has an active warrant. He has a warrant in South Carolina. I would love to be able to get them to pick him up. Like I would raise the money to pay for that, for as soon as he gets out of Carroll County, he could just go over to South Carolina and finish all that up that he owes them time for. And then he's got North Dakota. He did something in Michigan, and that'll come up in the escape one. And then his ex-girlfriend had mentioned it on a live one night, of all the nonsense he got up to there. I just don't know how to find the records in Michigan. It's got to be a police report because it's not in any court like reports. So I think it's just a police report that I need to FOIA. But you can see where he's got open, child custody cases. Well, the one that, like that $28,000, that's not even in the one that he has the felony in right now. That's for the child that he talks about, that my girlfriend, I have a stepchild and my girlfriend is pregnant. So that child is the felony D in Carroll County. The $28,000 that he is in errors of is from Tippecanoe County, which is where the girlfriend lived that he battered 2 different times of record, like I'm sure it was a whole hell of a lot more than that, like residential entry. Those were all at her residence, and he would just he'd get out on bond, and then he'd go back and do it again, get out on bond and go back and do it again. Like that is the court record that we read from the state of Indiana, a prosecutor. And he literally wants everyone to believe that there's some kind of huge conspiracy that, like if it was maybe 1 or 2 prosecutors, okay. Like, no, not even okay. Like still wouldn't believe anything he says because he's a known liar. Like when someone lies to you, How can you ever, like, if they make a habit, if they are habitually lying, why would you believe anything that they had to say? It's insane. It's insanity. It's the definition of insanity. Like, you just don't believe anything that they have to say after that. Come on, people. Like, uh, but, so the $28,000 is on 2 other children, and the one child is in South Carolina, and her father was like, in a no uncertain words, "He ain't coming here." I can only imagine how that man feels about him and what he did to his daughter. Like, this is a habitual criminal. And what happens, like, if you go through and read, um, they don't, like, unless someone makes a complete break in their life and they change and they cut off, like, he got out, in 2019. The Like, the time before, like, it's so many times, like, you lose track, but he told police officers, medics, and, the hospital staff that he was gonna kill them. He was spitting on them. They have it all on video and audio too, mind you. That he said that, he was gonna he was out. He just, he'd gotten out and he was gonna he'd had a video ready of just, him apologizing and coming clean with his actions, right? That's what he said it was gonna be about. Of him coming clean and taking personal responsibility. And then what did he air? He aired again. He put out, falsified the video. There is proof of it, where there is seconds that are missing, minutes that are missing that he cut out that must have made him look bad. And then he put out and said that it was a bad, again, it was the police officer's fault. And everybody believed him, and he looked like the hero. Again, I don't know how in the hell he was able to turn in that footage of him in that hospital room into he's the victim, but somehow the little weasel was able to do it. And then everybody believed that he was the victim of the system yet again. And it's like, are you kidding me? You mean to tell me that Morgan County, Carroll County, Tippecanoe County, Fargo, and whatever county is in South Carolina. Then there's a case in Arkansas we learned about in the Carroll County case that we haven't even found yet about what he did there, Arkansas. Like, what the hell? And then the Michigan one that I haven't been able to find yet because it's just a police report. So that's like 8 different law enforcement agencies. And then we have all those bail bondsmen. Like, so you're mean to tell me that they are all the problem and you're not? That it's the ex-girlfriend's fault, not yours. Like, it's always somebody else's fault. Like, that's just not how real life works. That is narcissism at its finest. At its not finest, is at its ugliest. That's what it is. It's just narcissism. Hold on just a second. Okay. Kiddo's home. So yeah, like, that is the end of, not the end of Tippy, but just the end of, oh, I should have a hair thing. I'm so hot. Just the end of this particular, that's not going to stay. This particular case, these cases of the domestic abuse and such. Gotta grab my chapstick. My lips are still really bad. I still haven't met up with chaotic beauty and crime, and my lips are paying for it. But it's my own doing because I don't like to leave my town. So let's check in on chat and see what everyone thinks. Does anyone want to come up and talk for a little bit? Not very long. Like I said, my daughter just got home, but if anyone wants to join me, I will put the link. I will send you the link or put the link in the chat. And you are going to have to show yourself. Like, to me, you don't have to show yourself to the whole audience, but if you want to come on, you're going to have to show yourself to me that I know you're a real person, and you're not going to have, like, you're not going to be nude or something inappropriate, you know? And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You're just not going to come on. And if no one wants to, that's totally fine too. I know it's like kind of putting everyone on the spot, but yeah, I can't anymore either. I just, you know, I do know that she is a victim, and but it's not a blind victim anymore. And just with the, you know, at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for your actions. And that would be like, you know, there's couples that murder, and there are women that are 100% coerced. They are afraid of death. Okay. Because that van is sitting there right beside them, and he's doing horrible things, and they go along with it because they're afraid of physically dying in the presence of the person. Well, he's in jail. So, yes, like, being coerced and being manipulated and mind controlled is okay. Got you. I'll put that up in a second. But yeah, so being that is it, that's just, it's different. It is it's still very, very real, but it is like in a court of law, like you're not going to get a pass on your behavior of breaking the law, and like lying under oath, lying on any kind of like forms that you might fill out against another person, or, you know, lying on different things like that on behalf of the criminal, Greeno. Those are all actions that you will have to take personal responsibility for. And I really just hope that she wakes up before they affect her children in the worst kind of ways. Um, mm. Yeah. Wow. That is sad. I know you did. I know you did. I did too. And I will keep, and that's the thing is like, there's grace. Like, I taught my children that when they were little, of just like, yes, there grace is basically like mercy. It's saying it's interchangeable words, but it's basically of like if you don't receive you deserve a negative. You deserve a correctional type response. That's what you did to you made a choice and you did an action that deserved a consequence of whatever form, because it was a negative cause and effect there. But mercy is where yes, you deserve to be punished in a sense. You deserve to be outcast. You deserved to be ridiculed. Like, I mean, most people would think that I would be justified in attacking her right back because of all that she's done to me. She is the one that put my address out there. She's the one that called and all those things. And that me doing the same to her and putting out her information and just like tit for tat would be justified. No, it's not. And I won't be doing that. And at the end of the day, I would show her grace because um, I still have that in my heart for her. I really do, and I hope that she does wake up. But I am no longer trying to reach her. Before I tailored a lot of what I did on here to try to get through to her. And just for the sake of her and her children and her family. Like, it's heartbreaking to see another family go through that. Another family, he's done it to so many. And, like but anymore, like this, I know that I'm not gonna, if this information is lost on her and she doesn't see the seriousness of the offenses that he's committed and continues to commit, because unfortunately we're far from done. Like I said, this is 2005 to 2007, and then all of the leftover from that, from where he keeps getting in trouble, all the way up until 2016. He's still not, he's never, he didn't, he, as he went on the run. So he never did do his sentence for Carroll County in Tippecanoe. He was supposed to serve that in Tippecanoe County Community Corrections, and he never did. He still owes them that time. He still owes money. He still owes fines, he's never not been in trouble since before he was 18. It just all runs together. Thanks, Chris. I do value your opinion. Well, I wonder why it won't let me now. Let me try to do it on, hold on. Okay. I meant to do that earlier, Kate. Hey, Amber, how are you? I hope you are well. Well, yeah, we just wrapped up with Greeno, Tippecanoe County. It was a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. He's just a real punk. But yeah, if let's see, Chaotic, you're always up to chat. It's the link's in there. Once he knows one avenue that let him live there had gone dry, whether new girlfriend or the mother father figure, it ends one day, and he's willing to go to jail. Hi.
Hi.
How are you tonight?
Okay.
Oh,
Been
let
an
me ask you.
abnormally long day for some reason.
Yeah, here, tell me about it. I've done all kinds of stuff today. First I have to even design them, then I have to figure out like how to even do that. I don't know the slightest thing, but Brucey B had an idea of doing like having cold in like the dark, like on like one side of a shirt. Like so it would be kind of like I kind of picture it as in like 3D, kind of like, but it's like cold in like a dark place, like nighttime. And then have truth kind of coming out like 3D, kind of doing something like that. So it's cold truth, and that being kind of in the light. Not that I'm like light or anything, but just like the truth is coming to light, is what he was saying.
Right.
I thought it was a cool idea. So I think I'm going to do that as one of my shirts.
I'll get one.
You'll get one? Oh, so you've had a long day, huh? I want to
Yeah.
see your shirt. Your shirts are always so interesting.
Hang on, I don't have my phone on a stand, so this is gonna be okay. This is one of them I ordered. I just got it today.
Happy hour and anytime.
Isn't it happy hour anytime and then justice for Johnny?
Oh my gosh.
I love him.
You do. I don't know why, but you do.
He's beautiful.
Oh, Professor Pug, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that.
My hair's a mess, y'all, so just ignore me.
I curled mine tonight with the curling iron. Well, I had a funeral today, so I had to get dressed up. So I worked all day, and then I went to the funeral, and then I took a nap. So I'm really going to be up all night. And then I did this.
You wanna go live from your living room later?
Live from the living room on your channel?
Yeah.
What you wanting to talk about? Johnny Depp? Because I don't know nothing about Johnny Depp.
I always want to talk about Johnny Depp. But what can we talk about? I don't know. We can just talk.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can.
Somebody was telling me about someone else I need to look up. What is mukbang?
It's where
Or
you eat on camera
yeah, I
while
guess
you
there's
talk
like
to viewers.
a mukbang swindler. I don't know anything about that world though, so we probably won't talk about that yet.
Oh,
But
because I know people that do it, but
I find that to be very weird.
I wonder if they're talking about what is it, Nikocado avocado? Because I know that's a big thing that he does.
I don't know. Like, why would anyone want to watch you eat? Like,
They're disgusting when they do it too. Like there's a few girls that do it that I can like deal with for the most part because what they're talking about is somewhat interesting. But I've never seen a guy do it in a tasteful manner. It's always like so loud and obnoxious and just very pig like. So
no, I don't like to hear people chew gum, let alone a whole mouthful of like a freaking hot dog. Like that just sounds weird and nasty.
right.
So phony on the witness stand. Whoa, Bree, you better watch out. She gonna get you. Whoa, Bree. Look at her face. Oh.
Look, now I gotta mute this and go open your channel over here so I can see the chat.
Are you talking to me, Julia? Is this about Greeno or is that about just like something else? Trisha
Trisha
Paytas.
Oh, I love her. She's
I
very
don't
she's very controversial though.
I don't know the name of it. I was just like I got stuck on the mukbang part. I'm like, the what? She's a mukbanger. Is that like some kind of a sound like a throwback to like gangster talk from the mob or something? I don't know.
She does a lot. Well, Woefree will not like my channel now that I know who it was. Johnny was not fake on the stand. Amber Heard fake on the stand. And she's lucky I didn't go to Virginia. So I thought about it.
Oh, go to Virginia, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like she needs help.
Well, this isn't her first domestic violence on someone either, so.
Yeah. Like, 'cause she seems unstable. Like, is all I think. It's like instability. Maybe some like histrionics or something. I don't know. I can't diagnose anybody. But it's you know, like the parts that I did hear about, some from you and some from just like the news or whatnot, like I just kept thinking of the crazy stalker that I had like a few years back.
Yeah.
It's very reminiscent of the stuff that she would do, like because she was so nuts. But she was like, I swear, after like I was just trying to understand of like where it all went wrong and like how did I end up in this crazy single white female like relationship and how do I exit stage left. And so I was doing a lot of reading on just like personalities, and it was like histrionic borderline personality disorders were, whew, man, they were really severe. Like they can really be yikes. So as we finish up Greeno, TIPPECANOE, was there anything that stood out to you of just particular interest or you had some enthusiasm about? Did you enthusiastically laugh at anything in particular? Or
I mean, I laugh at his name in general at this point, so.
yeah.
I don't know. Can he just randomly disappear, like be one of the Bermuda Triangle cases, never to be seen again? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Him and Ernie Shell can go together.
Yeah, like two peas in a pod. Like, let's start an island. Oh, that's funny, Kate. Yeah, that was weird. That was a weird thing. And like, that was kind of reminiscent of that, like, histrionic type behavior. My stalker friend, she did that to me. She started dressing like me. She started, or basically being in a state of like constant pajamas like me.
I had
And it was
show up
weird.
dressed exactly like me, head
Huh?
to toe. I had a girl that I used to be friends with that would show up at bars dressed identical to me.
Isn't it kind of weird? And you're just like, how did you know what I was going to be wearing? But I guess I'm pretty predictable,
But also,
huh?
like, why going and buying the same things? Why would she even go buy the same things that she's seen me buy? You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
Well, isn't Greeno famous in jail? He must sign autographs constantly.
Yeah, I mean, he likes to. Remember when he was selling his autographed, like, was it a picture of himself? He was like autograph and something ridiculous, and like nobody was really wanting it. Like, who are you? Like, but he's legit thinks he's famous.
Someone else did that, and now they're doing posters of themselves and a blanket that has their picture on it.
Oh my.
Yeah. It's getting really interesting over there.
Yeah. A blanket. I can't even imagine being wrapped in.
Somebody said they hope they went and heard it.
Amber heard it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, what kind of person poops on someone's bed? Like, what?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
Or how about did you see where I shared the clip of her snorting something on the stand?
Huh?
I shared a of her snorting something while she was on the stand.
What?
a clip of her walking in with 2 bottles of beverages, sitting one down, starting to open one, seeing a sheriff walking towards her, immediately closing it and sticking it in her pocket.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. He's rear end famous. Yeah, I don't know. I think that like just it all, as I was reading, I kept having to go back to the Carroll County stuff because I was like, oh wait, I think this is like a repeat, because he uses the same kind of, he's the perpetual victim just over and over again. And I kept having to like, nope, 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 this is a different letter. This is just the same Greeno that he still spews, just when he was out
I wonder how much
a few months ago on the run, huh?
but I wonder how much of the same verbiage is in the papers that I have.
In the what?
I have to pull them out tomorrow. I have papers.
You have
I'll have to
papers.
look and see if this is the same verbiage because it was a more recent situation, I think. So I'll have to look and see if still writes the same way.
But what papers? Who are you talking about? What?
Greeno.
Oh, like court papers? Was it from out of state?
I think it was from this last time that he was in jail before this time, I think.
Oh, I think I have those case files.
They're back there. Well, no, this is where he was. Hang on. I can't show these on camera because there's actual, like, important stuff on them that I could actually get in trouble for. One is a hold harmless agreement that he drew up in. Is even dated? This is where he's trying to fake his what's the word I'm trying to think of? He's trying to copyright his name.
Oh, geez. Well, if you FOIA'd them, they're totally public. If you FOIA'd them, you're going to have to come on and show them.
He thought he was handing me something else, and he handed these to me, thinking they were something else.
Oh, shit. He gave them to you. Do you have permission to share?
Yes, he did.
Kate says, this last time he was in jail before this time. That sentence says it all. What a winner.
Yeah.
I've had to shut the closet door because my child is home and in her room, and it is smoking hot in here. So I'm gonna have to go. Like I can't handle. I'm gonna have to maybe meet you on your channel in the living room in a little bit.
All right.
Like what was that called? Live from the living room, because it's like I feel like I just entered a little outskirts of hell in this big velour vintage meaning I got it at a thrift store. I think it is actually vintage though. I'm pretty sure. Like it's so old that it's vintage, but it's like straight up 70s. Looks like that 70s show to me. But I love it. It's so comfortable, but it's super hot.
It doesn't look like it's that old.
Oh, yeah. No, it really is. When I got it, like I was like, oh my gosh, like I mean, I'm not gonna be able to wash this very often. But that's just how they made it back then. Like I had to take my mom helped, but on the inside you can see where it's got all the little things that I didn't scrub off of it.
Mm.
But yeah, it's super old. I actually have a pair of the pants that one of them wore in that 70s show. I mean, obviously they were like remade and they're not that old, but I just loved them. And then I get home and I was like, why in the hell was those pants $45 at a consignment store? And I remember the lady, she was like, oh my gosh, so and so wore these in that 70s show. And I was like thinking that, like she just wore a pair. I wasn't thinking that she wore this actual pair. I
Right.
was like, it had to be that she wore this actual pair or something, because that's why I had to pay $45 for them. And they were on half off. They're sweatpants at a consignment shop. Like, what are you smoking, lady? Who does that? Like, who buys clothes from a set anyway? Of like, ooh, I want to own what they wore on Friends. I mean,
A
like,
lot. I mean, a lot of people do.
so weird.
Oddly
Like,
enough.
used clothes. Like, who cares? Like, why would you pay more for what Monica was wearing
I buy Johnny's
versus?
clothes.
Oh, oh my gosh, I can't even imagine how much you would pay for Johnny's clothes.
I'd really like to get a hold of his hat here that he's wearing in this picture. I think it'd be real cute in the summertime.
Did you like Greeno's hat that I did for you tonight?
I must have missed the hat, but no, I don't like Greeno's hat.
Well, because you shared that shirt and look at it. You'll like it. You shared that shirt in our chat on Messenger, and so I changed the thumbnail to Greeno and his hat.
Now I gotta look.
Now you got to figure out a way to look. I'll send it to you.
Oh my. It's funny. So that thumbnail is right beside someone talking about Ernie. So it's both of them with their hats on beside each other right now.
Yeah.
That's great.
But yeah, I was totally thinking of you about the Johnny Depp hat. But it also does apply to what we were looking at with Ernie Shell and his saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah, let me see if I can,
and the Tiger King. Like,
let's see if I can show what this is happening over here. Where's he at? Oh, wrong way. So they're beside each other in their hats.
oh my Lanta, that is hilarious. I love that.
Oh goodness. Oh, that made it even better.
Oh, like who?
Had court today. I need to see what's up with that at some point.
People are weird. That's like in the philia. Like, I've had so much fun. Like, I've been on like this like paraphilia like kick of like going through all of the paraphilias and like figuring them out. I don't know why. Just interesting. Just been interested in it. Just trying to I'm always trying to understand like things that I just can't like, understand. Like, I'm just gonna somehow read about it in the DSM and then be able to like understand it. And I just don't think it's gonna happen. Oh gosh, what have I done? Am I still on here?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't find it. I have so many open things. There. Yeah.
Let's see. 11:20. So what time do you want to meet on my channel?
I don't care. Just as long as I have enough time to get out of this damn velvet sweater and get a little bite to eat. So like 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. I gotta make a thumbnail.
Is that enough time or no? I mean, that's kind of like, I know you got to set it up. So you tell me.
I mean, I can do 30 minutes. I just got to make sure I get beverages and make a thumbnail.
Beverages? Are you going to be having like just water or what?
Probably. I need to like thoroughly hydrate since I'm tanning and
I
spending time
hate
outside in
ketchup on mac and
beautiful weather.
cheese. Who would ever do that?
Hold on, do what?
Who would ever put ketchup on mac and cheese? That's a sin. That's disgusting. I don't even like it on eggs. Like ketchup belongs on a cheeseburger or a hot dog, like, and French fries. I can't think. Is there anything else that it belongs on? I don't think so.
Tater tots, maybe.
Yeah, tater tots. But that's still in the French fry, like the potato family.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only other thing I could think of would be
I
like
can't
hash
imagine
browns.
ever anyone that would put ketchup on mashed potatoes. I'm not, but it's still potatoes, but that's disgusting. I would definitely leave the room for that.
Yeah, I never understood people that used it on their eggs and stuff in the mornings. I was like,
Oh,
what?
it's so nasty, especially like runny eggs. There's just nothing worse than seeing a plate of like runny, stinky eggs with, then to make matters worse, you go and put ketchup on it. Like scrambled brains is what it looks like. Just like brains on a plate. It's something in like that just only belongs in like a Hannibal Lecter movie, and that's it. You shouldn't have that out. And meatloaf, yes, I love meatloaf.
So
Huh?
I don't eat meatloaf, so.
Oh my gosh, my mom makes the best meatloaf. It's to die for, as she would say. Ew, I don't think that he is sexy. I think that Ernie is nasty.
Right.
Like,
I see so many
like,
people say,
ugh.
yeah, I see so many women saying the same things about Anthony and Ernie. Like the women that think that their voices are sexy or that they're attractive in any way, or it's so weird to me.
Yeah, but what were you called? You weren't ever trying to get in his pants per se. You were, what was it? What was the word?
Why would anyone want to get in his pants?
I have no idea. What did he try to say about you and Incog?
Oh, we were
clout chasers.
And this is when he had a whole 4,000 subscribers.
Yeah. Like,
and I was doing just fine on Instagram. Thanks.
So weird. Yeah, they're both short.
And they both lie about their height.
Yep.
It's like never ending comparison.
Even in his creepy rendition of him on the Delphi, like as the Delphi killer on the bridge, like he like replaced himself and they put him in the video. Remember that creepiness? Like that was freaky. I'm sorry, but that was freaky. But he was like trying to claim he was 5'7".
Right.
Like, no. But
my favorite was when he was trying to say he was like 5'9". And I'm like,
yeah, no.
In
5'10". He's even claimed to try to claim to be like 5'10". I'm just like, yeah, not in no. But I'll tell you what was helpful with the Delphi video where they put him on the bridge and replaced like the Delphi killer with Greeno, was the fact that we all think we know what the Delphi killer looks like based on that short little tiny video of him walking on the bridge, and we have no idea. Because I would have never thought that the Delphi killer could look like Anthony Greeno. And sure as shit, like as you see it like changing, you're just like, oh my gosh, I could see someone that looks like has his body type and complexion being the Delphi killer walking on that bridge just as easily as I could of what I had imagined of, a curly head, red haired white guy with kind of a pot belly, like it's pretty crazy of how we really just do not know anything about what the Delphi killer looks like. Could be anybody at this point. It's crazy.
Well, I have the thumbnail done, so. Now I just have to.
The captain has a sexier voice, hands down. I think he has a nice, I don't know. I don't think it's sexy. I think he just has a nice voice. It's like a very kind, he has a kind voice to me.
Yeah. I don't understand people that like his voice either, but I would listen to his voice anytime. It's a nice voice, but it's not, I don't know. Teach their own, I guess.
All right. Well, I'll let you make your thumbnail and I'm going to sign off here and I'll be over on Chaotic Beauty and Crime. So do you have a link?
No, I'm making
I'll get it. I'll get the link. Hold on a beat. Hold on a beat, people. I'm on my way.
All right, I set it for midnight.
Why do I see Garrett Kurtz's face on my screen? Who's made a video about him now?
That's a good question.
The Inquirer? What? Oh, it's so annoying. I don't know how to share it. Like, it doesn't come up in your about.
Hang on.
Yeah, I've got it. Never mind. I was
gonna say,
I need help. I've got it.
I just hit create. So so it's scheduled for midnight.
There's where we'll be. Yeah, agree. I do too. I like his voice. It is very soothing.
Yes.
I don't know about that lake. I'm having, I don't know. I like hot mustard.
Ew.
Honey mustard. Just like yellow mustard. Yeah.
Nah.
But I'll like some Grey Poupon. Now that's where it's at. All right. Well, thank you everyone for being here tonight, for helping us wrap up Greeno, Tippecanoe County. We're not done with Tippecanoe County though, because that's where his escape charge is. But first I'm going to have to find the Fargo, North Dakota. And I think I have a little bit of information on that one. So that'll be our next week's, or maybe just later on, like this week. More than likely sometime this week, because I just want to get it done with him. So that will be sometime later this week, and we'll do the escape and his Fargo, his North Dakota charges. So with that, I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you over on Chaotic Beauty and Crime.
See you guys later.